November 16th, Saturday, Luke 18 1 to 8. Thomas Edison is a legendary example of persistence. He famously failed thousands of times while trying to invent the electric light bulb. Instead of seeing these failures as defeats, Edison viewed each one as a learning experience. His relentless determination led to one of the most important inventions in modern history. Edison's story proves that success often comes through perseverance and learning from mistakes. In today's gospel, we hear the familiar parable about the necessity of praying always. There are two characters in this parable, a widow and a judge. The image Luke presents of the judge is not a favorable one. A widow in the town came to the judge and said to him, "Render a just decision for me against my adversary." The judge put the widow off several times. However, the woman persisted. She would not let the judge rest. Finally, the judge realized that if he wanted any peace in his life, he would have to make a just decision in the widow's case. He was concerned that if he did not make a fair judgment, the widow might come and strike him. The purpose of the parable is to encourage Christians to persevere in their faith against all odds. But it also has two applications for those who work in positions of leadership. First, the juxtaposition of a corrupt judge with a just God implies that God's will is at work even in a corrupt world. The judge's job is to do justice, and by God, he will do justice by the time the widow is finished with him. So there is hope that even in the midst of systemic injustice, justice may be done. We cannot right every wrong in the world in our lifetimes. But we must never give up hope and never stop working for the greater good in the midst of the imperfect systems where our work occurs. The second point is that only God can bring about justice in a corrupt world. That is why we must pray and not give up in our work. God can bring miraculous justice in a corrupt world, just as God can bring miraculous healing in a sick world. Suddenly, the Berlin Wall opens, the apartheid regime crumbles, peace breaks out. In the parable of the persistent widow, God does not intervene. The widow's persistence alone leads the judge to act justly. But Jesus indicates that God is the unseen actor. Will not God grant justice for His chosen ones who cry to Him day and night? There is an old and true saying that the battle is won by the force which stays in the field for the last 15 minutes. A boxer becomes a champion by staying in the ring up to the last bell. The surgeon who doesn't lose his nerve but fights beyond hope is the one who saves the hopeless cases. Wishing you a good day, Father Paul, CSSR from Kerala.